Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a Chatty get ready with me. I'm just getting ready to go out and hang out with my friends, so I thought I would just film it for you guys. I mean, I have a fake tan on right now, so I'm using a few different products that I normally would, and I think I've found like a holy grail foundation possibly. To start off with, I'm going to be using the Glam Glow Glow Starter. I don't even know if I've showed you guys this yet in a video, maybe I have. I know I hauled it, but I don't know if I've used it, but I just love this stuff. It smells so freaking good. Actually, maybe I used this in my first impressions. Yeah, I did. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it off down below, but I'm just going to pop this all over my face because the foundation that I'm going to use is like a semi-matte finish. I need to see if I can find like a really dark face powder because yesterday I wore this foundation and it looked like exactly the same as it did in the morning by the end of the day, but it was really oily. The foundation that I'm talking about that I really have been enjoying, or I've only worn it once, but like seriously it was so amazing. I got like countless compliments on my skin. It looks really great in photos. It doesn't have flashback, like it's the goods. Is the Maybelline Dream Velvet foundation, and the shade that I wore yesterday is 40 New. It was a little bit too dark, so I think I'm going to mix in like a touch of this light shade in shade 15, which is still too dark for me when I'm fair, so I'll swatch it on the tan so you guys can see how tan I am. That's still too dark for me when I'm pale, so I'm going to take a little bit of that and just mix it in with shade 40 just so that I don't have to bronze my neck as much. The brush that I'm going to use today I also tried for the first time yesterday and I really liked it. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush by e.l.f. I picked this up in LA, so I don't know if you can buy it in New Zealand, but I really like it if you guys can get your hands on it. So I guess I'll show you on sort of like 1/2-ish of my face. It's like a demi matte finish, but it still looks like skin, and it's so just unbelievably thin, and I just really enjoyed wearing it yesterday. But I really enjoy this foundation, and like I'm not exaggerating when I say it lasted all day. Like I wore it for like 12 hours. I put it on at like, or maybe a little bit less than 12 hours, maybe like 8 hours, and it wore so amazingly. I'll let you guys know on Snapchat and stuff if my opinion changes, but for now I really like it. Alright, so this is 1/2 of the face. Hopefully you guys can see how good of a job it's done at concealing. Do keep in mind though, because it is like a darker foundation than my skin tone, I feel like that helps with the coverage, because it's covering up my freckles and stuff just because it's a darker shade. So I think that does help to boost the coverage a little bit. So I think that looks okay. I don't know, I have some real issues with deciding if the makeup looks good on my tan. This is my first time being fake tanned in like a really long time. I was actually talking about it yesterday to someone, and I haven't had a fake tan since Rimmel brought out their fake tan, and I have a feeling that was last year. And if it wasn't last year, it was very early this year. I haven't even said what tan I'm wearing. I'm wearing Bondi Sands Dark. I was lucky enough to go to a Bondi Sands event earlier in the week. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, which is xlivlovesmakeup, and if you follow me on Instagram, which is xlivloves, you would know that I went to that event, and they gave me so much stuff. Like I was so extremely like grateful. But that was for the new Ultra Dark, and I fully forgot to show you what concealer I'm using. Hold the phone. For concealer I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal. There's no reason why I'm using all Maybelline products other than the fact that they are dark enough for my skin tone, so excuse that please. I might try the Ultra Dark later, but for now this is like definitely tan enough for me. For powder I'm going to give this a go. I don't think this really has any product, or not product, any colour to it. This is the Guerlain Jolie Tente Healthy Powder Duo. Natural Healthy Glow Powder Duo. In the shade Blonde. The main reason why I'm using this is the only other powders that I have that would work are like ones that don't go well in photography. And I don't know if I'm taking photos today, but Sally and I usually take selfies when we hang out, so I don't want to run the risk of being like flashback face. Mattifying that foundation has just taken away like all life. Like I feel like I don't have any glow because it was like a velvet matte foundation, but then I went and added powder. So I'm going to highlight quite a lot of my face today, and I also really like the way that that looked yesterday when I like highlighted the crap out of my face. So I'm going to be using the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to start off with a blush, and I'm going to be using Pamplemousse, that's like way you'd say it, which is that shade there. It's quite bright, but hopefully it'll look okay. I'll just use a tiny bit. These powders are a little bit, well these blushes are a little bit powdery. I've noticed. Whenever I go to use them, like I touch it and then powder goes everywhere, which is a bit of a shame. But they're really nicely pigmented. I don't really have any other complaints. I don't know if you can still get this palette. Can you still get it? I really enjoy it. It's just because I don't normally wear pinks. Whenever I wear a pink blush, I'm like, whoa! I normally like to wear like nude colours, but today I have a little bit of colour, why not? The brush that I use to apply that and the brush that I'm going to use for my highlighter as well is a XO Beauty Precise brush. For my highlight, I'm just going to be using this shade here, which is called Prosecco Pop, which is a more gold shade rather than like a champagne gold. I don't know, this is one that like doesn't really flatter me so much when I'm my natural skin tone, but I wore it yesterday. Well, I wore it yesterday in the makeup look that ended up failing, but I really liked it, so I think I'm going to wear it today. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just super like intense and I love it. I'm also just going to take a little bit and I'm going to pop it on my nose. I'm going to pop it just above my brow, just sort of like, I don't know what this area is called, like the sides of my forehead, I guess. I don't know if most people highlight here, but I think it's just so flattering. It just makes you look super dewy. And then I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to highlight my cupid's bow. Moving on to brows, I really want to get my brows looking good because I feel like yesterday when I was this tan, my foundation just looked really off. I just looked really weird. But then when I did my eyebrows, everything came together. So I'm just going to be using the same one as in my last video, my $1 Billion Brows on Point pencil. I'm really enjoying this. And the colours in taupe. It's just such a beautiful brow pencil. Have any of you guys used this? I feel like a lot of the micro brow pencils on the market are probably like very similar. Like, how different can they be? I just really like the colour of this one. Like I feel like that's kind of what sets it apart from the other ones that I've tried. And the spoolie on it is really good too, which is half of the product really, so you want it to be a good one. And then I'm just going to go in with a brow gel. This is just the Anastasia one. Just going to hold it down all of the hairs in my eyebrow. I really want to try the Benefit 3D Brow Tones. Today for my eyeshadows I'm going to be using my Makeup Geek palette. I made this myself. If you guys don't know about Makeup Geek, where have you been? It's basically like the most amazing quality eyeshadows. You'll never buy MAC again. Like I will never buy MAC again. Like eyeshadows at least, because these are just so great. I think each eyeshadow is $10 or less. I'm going to start off with this shade here, which is called Creme Brulee, and I'm just going to pop that through my crease just to get some definition. Ooh, I nearly dug my finger through one of these because I'm using the mirror. That was close. Anyway, Creme Brulee through my crease. This brush is just a Real Techniques blender. I don't know why I'm using it, it's just the brush that I grabbed when I reached into my makeup bag. I don't really know what kind of look I'm going to do today. It's probably going to be the same as all my other looks. So I'm just going to go in with the second shade along, which is just that one there, and it's called Vanilla Bean. Excuse me. And I'm going to put Vanilla Bean just along my brow bone. Got an itchy nose. That's the stuff. Just want to go and hang out with Sally. But I need to look pretty. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's called Homecoming. I don't think I've used it yet. Like I think I've only swatched it. Can't remember using it at least. I've only had this shade for a little while because I just recently made this order with Emily. We just got some more shades. I really like this colour because it's kind of like Satin Taupe by MAC. It's really pretty. And I don't really like MAC's eyeshadow pots, and of course when I was younger I didn't know about palettes, so I didn't buy like the pans. Well, those weren't available in New Zealand I don't think until recently, but yeah, I never really thought to buy the pan ones, so all of my eyeshadows are in these annoying little pots. That shadow was so pigmented. It's my first time using it, I can't even believe it. I'm just going to go in with this shade here, which is called Peach Smoothie. I was going to have to lift it up. Peach Smoothie. This one's like really peachy orangey, so I'm just going to use a really light hand, and I'm just going to sketch that kind of along the outside of that eyeshadow just to sort of warm it up. Going in with Homecoming again, which is the lid shade, and I'm just going to blend it along my lower lash line. I'm just going to take a little bit of Cocoa Bear, which is just this shade here, and I'm taking like a tiny little bit, and I'm just going to blend this underneath my lower lash line as well, just to sort of deepen that area up a little bit. I don't know why this shade looks so much, well, the Homecoming shade went on so much darker on my lid. Maybe it's because I hadn't set it with powder or something. I love this look so much. It's super duper simple. The camera's kind of not picking up how pretty it is, I don't think, but I just want something basic and it just looks really nice and bronzy, and I think it suits my current skin tone really well. So I'm going to go in with that third shade along, which is called Shimmer Shimmer, and it's like their famous like highlight colour for inner corners or whatever. It's the one that like everyone uses for good reason. Hopefully you guys can see how pretty it is. I am using it with a blending brush. It's probably not going on. There we go. I was going to say it's not going on as pigmented as it could, but you can see that it is super beautiful and pigmented. I'm going to be using my MAC chromographic pencil just because you guys know I don't like using a dark colour on the waterline. I just like looking wide awake and like I have bigger eyes because my eyes are beady and small. And for mascara, the only one that I have open at the moment is the Lancome Hypnose mascara, and I don't really love it. I think it's kind of too clumpy for my liking, but it could be my own doing because it's a little bit old, but surely it shouldn't be this clumpy. But anyway, I'm going to go with it because I don't want to open another one. And to be honest, I can't find any of my mascaras because I just did a really big cull of like stuff that I wasn't using and I gave it away to family because I get a lot of PR and quite often like the colours aren't right for me, or I already have it, or whatever. I just smudged my mascara. I'm trying to like keep my composure. It's rubbish day, so I'm just going to wait for that truck to leave. Long story short, I just don't know where my mascaras are. Just given like too many of them away because I was like, I have so many. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Ugh. This is why I don't talk during my mascara application. This is why I always cut it out, because I ruin it. Never again, guys, never again. Are you actually kidding me right now? Alright, so excusing my absolutely atrocious mascara marks everywhere, I'm going to keep going and then I'll remove them before I finish the video. So for lips today, I'm just going to be applying the Orgasm lip gloss because it is super duper pretty. I just really enjoy this lip gloss. I think it's a really nice shade and I think it'll go good with my sort of really glowy bronzed skin. So I just decided that my inner corner is not popping enough, so I'm going to go in with my XO Beauty Tapered Top eyeshadow brush. I don't know what they're called nowadays. I think she might have changed the name slightly, but this is one of the original ones. And I'm just going to pick up Prosecco Pop again, and the one that I've got on my cheekbones, and I'm just going to kind of try to intensify the inner corner. I mean, this colour's a little bit darker than the one that I already had there, but it's more glowy, so hopefully that'll work. And just to lock everything in and finish it off, I'm going to try, I know this is kind of risky, I'm going to try the Maybelline Master Fix spray. I think I might have used this like literally one time before now, but we're going to give it a go. I don't think I've used it on camera from memory. Anyway, I normally like to do it before my mascara, but I totally forgot, so hopefully the mascara doesn't run. That'd be really disappointing. But anyway, let's go. It smells interesting. The mist was finer than I remember, which is good. Maybe it gets finer like after you've used it a few times, if that makes sense. I actually quite like that setting spray. Like, it sets in really fast. Like a lot of the ones that I have, like even the Urban Decay one, like takes a little while to sort of like dry, whereas that one's like already dry, and it was even dry before I started patting it, which is awesome. I really love the way that this look turned out. Let me know how you think of me with tanner skin. I know that it's not like a huge difference for you guys, but for me, like, I am a solid like probably like 5 to 6 shades darker, so I'm really enjoying a change and experimenting with different colours. Like normally this colour doesn't look as flattering on me when I'm fair, so, and obviously this highlighter just doesn't work on me, so I'm really enjoying trying out some new products. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!